Hallo meine lieben Frische und willkommen zurück bei Genshin Impact. Wir stürzen uns heute auf den zweiten Akt, der auch wieder fast 3 Stunden geht. Ich werde ihn wahrscheinlich heute nicht ganz aufnehmen können, da ich noch Sachen zu tun habe nachher. Es kann aber auch sein, dass es gerade so aufgeht, weil es sind noch 2 Stunden 40, die ich Zeit habe, und der Auftrag dauert 2 Stunden 50. Wir müssen in die Stadt. Wie ihr seht, habe ich mich gestern ein bisschen amüsiert. Hier weiß ich noch nicht genau, wie ich hinkomme, und hier genauso. Ich habe keinen Plan, wie ich da hinkomme. Aber sonst habe ich alles entdeckt. Hier seht ihr auch die Prozentzahlen. Ich habe schon ein bisschen Exploration gemacht an verschiedenen Stellen. Und ich werde mich auch dahinter setzen, es noch fertig zu bekommen. Danach haben wir noch Lenes Auftrag übrig, den wir auch noch machen werden. Und danach wird wahrscheinlich wieder ein anderes Projekt kommen, bis das nächste Genshin-Update im September kommt. Ne, Oktober, glaube ich, ist das nächste. Und ja, ich wollte dich übrigens auch einmal darüber informieren. Ich bin ja immer so käseweiß, wenn der Ladebildschirm ist. Und ich habe versucht, das runterzustellen. Ich habe die Helligkeit von meinem Bildschirm bis auf 0 runtergestellt. Aber es ist noch immer so hell. Also ich komme der Helligkeit nicht entgegen. Ich glaube, ich bin einfach zu weiß für YouTube. Ein bisschen rassistisch. Egal. Wir gehen jetzt zum Hotel und wir haben ein Essen mit Navida? Ich weiß nicht, Navia, glaube ich. Und sie versuchen uns wahrscheinlich jetzt zu überreden, den Fall des Verschwinden der Mädchens mitzuentdecken.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Ganz schön, war nicht auf volle Lautstärke. Ich habe das jetzt geändert.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
So, jetzt sind wir gut.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Das sieht wirklich lecker aus.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only 1 dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Gute Zusammenarbeit.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Ich glaube nicht.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Vielleicht liegt es auch an der Prophezeiung.
In such investigations, even the smallest step
Das
can
passiert
seem
nur bei
like
Fontaine.
a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, So I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Wir wollen den Archon Rat bitten.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways?
Bedeutet.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Einbrechen, sie kidnappen uns.
Well,
Mit ihr
one
reden.
way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Das war
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers.
Alter, das ist
Don't let her go back to
Hausfriedensbruch,
sleep
Navia.
until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Wie kann man so etwas übersehen?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Schien mal so, ja.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Es wäre ein Versuch wert.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Okay.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Meine schmeckt genauso.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Okay, sie will uns aber nicht überreden. Ich dachte, sie würde uns überreden wollen, dass wir das Verschwinden mitermitteln, weil wir ja gesagt haben, dass uns das eigentlich nicht so ganz interessiert. Also, was heißt nicht ganz interessiert? Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Ich bin gespannt, wo das jetzt hinführt. Ganz ehrlich. Ich habe nämlich gar keinen Plan. Ich habe Chatex Gefühl schon gefoltert, weil ich nicht wollte gespoilert werden.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
Dann lande mal lieber und geh zu Fuß.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Das Essen war schon recht teuer, Paimon dieser Vielfraß.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Tschüss. Ich hoffe wirklich, sie wird ein Playable Character. Oder sie bekommt einen Legendenauftrag oder irgendwie sowas, weil ich finde sie sehr, sehr interessant. Na, vielleicht hat sie auch im Archon-Auftrag so eine große Rolle, dass man im Endeffekt gar nicht braucht, gar nicht das Playable Character oder als Legendenquest braucht, weil sie einfach so eine große Rolle spielt. Und wir dürfen uns ja jetzt verabschieden. Ich glaube, sie kommt nicht mehr viel vor. Das ist auf jeden Fall meine Vermutung. Ich glaube auch, dass Linie und Linette wahrscheinlich nicht mehr viel vorkommen. Ich glaube, es ist jetzt mehr so, vielleicht noch ein bisschen Viette. Und dann noch halt Furina und ihre Assistentin, deren Name ich nicht mehr weiß. Ich glaube, sonst wird wahrscheinlich nicht mehr viel sein. Glaube ich.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aeneas might have been the last one.
Vacher.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Ja, sie ist klarer als tagsüber.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vacher? Vacher.
Und was hat es damit auf sich?
Why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Ich spüre solch starke Gefühle.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vacher, right? Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Was ist das für ein Ort?
Vacher, are you my dear Vacher? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vacher? Do you know where my love is?
Darf ich fragen, wer du bist?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
Du warst einst ein Mensch.
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
Du hast deine menschliche Gestalt verloren.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Ist sie etwa eines der Mädchen, das aufgelöst wurde?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
Willst du, dass ich Vacher für dich finde?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Ich bin mir sicher, dass er dich auch nicht so einfach vergessen wird.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
War Vacher etwa Zeuge, wie du dich aufgelöst hast?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Ist fast so, als würdest du nach dem Verschwinden des Körpers.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Ach ja, ich frag mich, wie viel Zeit in der Realität vergangen ist.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Traveler! Alter, was?
Come! Come on, hurry! Navi is outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand.
Wie badass sind diese zwei
But
Frauen,
before I
bitteschön.
do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Das war ja der
I-
Kampf, den ich je gesehen habe.
Followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional
Ein
harm.
neues Team.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Chlorand.
Chlorand.
But
Chlorand,
if you
cool.
get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Sie ist cool.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
War das...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Danke für die Rettung, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
Bitte was.
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Ich dachte damals schon, dass da etwas nicht stimmte, war mir aber nicht sicher.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Mir liegt, dass Paimon und dich nicht aus Fontaine stammen.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Wie immer.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vacher again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Die Netzufolge.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
Ich habe da ein paar neue Informationen.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Die Stimme im Brunnen gehörte zu einem der vermissten Mädchen.
Oh, that is important.
Du berichtest allen, was geschehen war, während du mit dem Bewusstsein der Okedaner verbunden warst.
Vacher. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater.
Wir sollen versuchen, ihn zu
Could
finden.
he? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alles klar, Partnerin.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we
Du
like it or
heilige
not.
Scheiße.
You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Sie werden sich wünschen, sie werden nie geboren worden.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But We'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Okay. Nee, Niki, Fully, ja, ich versuch's gar nicht erst. Übrigens, Spina di Rusula. Ich habe das gestern mal übersetzt und zwar Korsisch. Und es bedeutet, es bedeutet der Dorn einer Rose, also Rosendorn. Was ich voll interessant finde. Ich dachte erst, es wäre irgendetwas Italienisches. War es aber nicht. Ich will noch die Hydrokraft annehmen. Ich brauche dafür den Traveler. Weil dann sieht das auch in den Cutscenes besser aus. Übrigens hier, was auch neu ist, was ich das mal vergessen habe, haben wir Hintergründe da hinzugefügt. Was ich mehr cool finde.
There's still a long road ahead.
Ich habe auch schon Stufe 2 der State of the Seven. Da muss ich jetzt wirklich mit Traveler da reden. Damit es geht. Ja. So. Schön. Mein Traveler hat mittlerweile nicht mehr wirklich viel Kraft. Okay, was kann die? Alter, what the freaking frick? Okay, das ist schon cool. Wir nehmen aber wieder unsere Jelan. Jelan, da.
Let's go get ourselves some.
Ich habe gestern viel gefarmt, habe auch viele Wünsche gemacht, Alter. Allerdings ist Linnea noch immer nicht da. Ich hoffe, Linnea kommt noch. Der Brücke durch. Das müsste dann hier unten sein, ne? Hier, perfekt.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
Yep, los geht's. Jetzt wahrscheinlich hier runter. Oh, und so bekommen wir vielleicht den letzten Teleporter, der hier unter der Stadt noch liegt.
Take it easy.
Es ist ein bisschen dunkel hier drin. Müssen wir noch weiter runter? Anscheinend. Ja, tatsächlich ist hier der letzte Teleporter. Okay, krass. Krass, Alter, wie geheimnisvoll. Achso, so lange wird wir im Wasser. Gut. Dann laufe ich aber doch lieber. Oder wir bleiben einfach hängen, weil es nicht funktioniert. Wunderbar. So. 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 Was ist das? Tatze. So. Das ist der Aussichtspunkt. Und der Teleporter. Ein Ort finsterer Schatten und unreinigter Strömungen. Der Teleporter. Hier runter. Das ist ja auch noch. So. Weil wir müssen mit wem reden? Melus. Melus ist Melus.